Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, where we are keeping things super beefy. Now, helping us is, of course, our resident chefs, Dumi and Jay. Now, this is something really, really good too.
I love it because I heard Sims talking about collaboration with the artist and the music, and I feel like this is also a collaboration of flavors right here.
Well, let's bring it all together, because today is all about beefing it up with our wintry meals. Now, this delicious and colourful Clover Olive Pride beef bowl is a great idea to create a wholesome and tasty dinner to keep you warm and cozy on those cold wintry nights. Now listen, I know all about those cold wintry nights. So this is a hug in a bowl.
It is, technically it is. And it starts off with our Clover Olive Pride blend that we're using here. And I'm going to start off by passing it on to you, because I think what you need to do needs some time. So we're going to be making a bowl that basically combines the flavors of Asia. We've got our ginger, we've got our garlic, we've got our soy sauce in there, we've got our spring onions. And what we're doing is we're going to be using our Clover Olive Pride blend to actually marinate the rest of our ingredients together. So I'm going to start by just adding quite a bit of our oil in here. The reason for that is because we're going to be adding sugar as one of the ingredients that we're using to marinate, and because of that, it then means it's going to cook. It could caramelize much quicker, and we don't want it to burn. So I just want to make sure that there's enough of it. And that's another thing, Bali. It is great for those type of hot applications. You're frying, you're grilling, you're baking, you're stewing, stuff like that. It's great for that. So let me start by adding together all these ingredients. I've got my garlic that's going into here. I've got my ginger, and then I'm also adding those chili flakes, because I know, madam, you spoke about one of the recipes needing chili. I heard. I listened.
Your heart, Jay.
When your heart, your heart. No, listen, but if you do have more of a mild palate and you do like things on the less heatier side, this is also something that you can definitely try. But Balisa says, add that chili.
This recipe is also actually a take on a dish called bibimbap, which is actually a Korean dish. It's one of their staple dishes, and rice forms a base to that dish all the time. So we've got some Clover Olive Pride blend in the pot, great for frying and great for cooking in this way. And what we've done is we've tossed some of that sesame seed oil also into the rice, pre-cooked rice. So again, you can use leftover rice, which is a great way to also say, and not let anything go to waste. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into the pan. You can hear that sizzling sound. And then what you want to do, Pali, is literally pat it down with your spatula, because you want a nice crust to develop on the underneath, on the underside. And so you don't want to play around with it too much.
I mean, I'm already smelling it, Dumi, and it truly does smell like the streets of Korea.
Exactly, and that's what we've done here. We've marinated our meat, so we're going to leave this to marinate for at least 4 hours. If you'd like to, overnight is best. So I've got some that we've already marinated here. And as we spoke about those hot applications, now we're going to fry the meat again, and I'm adding a bit more of our olive pride blend into our pan, just to make sure that there's enough, enough of a crust that we're creating, because like we said, we want our meat to be nice and crusty and beautiful on the outside. And then we also want to make sure that it is nice. And like you see the meat we've got there, we're going for a bit of a medium to medium rare. So we don't want to overcook our meat, because we still want it to be nice and soft and nice and tender and delicious. But another thing, even though we're talking about it being great for hot applications and stuff like that, it is approved by the Hot and Stove Foundation. So it's not one of those oils that is bad for you. It is great for you, great for your body. So what
type of meat did we go for today, Dumi?
We've chosen to go with the rump. And you know what the great thing about this is? If you have those cheaper cuts of meat, it's fine. Take the cheaper cut of meat, whatever it may be, cut it into slivers, and then you can either use it like that, or just use even a wooden, a rolling pin, bash it down, tenderize it like that. But because we're marinating it, that on its own does the tenderizing for you.
So I'm just going to start with the base, Pali, put that crispy rice down at the bottom, just to, prepare that nice bed, of goodness for what Kimi's got on her side over there. So there you go too.
And if you remember, some weeks ago, we also made a nice warm poke bowl. So it's almost something like that, with some wintry poke bowl. And we're adding a couple of different flavors to it. We're going to be adding some veggies that we've also cooked and sauteed with some of those flavors, with the soy and so forth. And then we're adding an egg that we've also added here. I'm just going to put it on top. So this is like protein on protein on protein. We're just adding, why not?
Now, to get your hands on this recipe, simply head over to afternoonexpress.co.za. And in case you need to see how this is made one more time, watch this space for a quick recap.
Made with love by Clover.